Now, you talked about how Biggie said more money, more problems.
Right.
But if you ever had your fist clenched, that's why you have problems.
When I look at that video, yeah.
That's how success is supposed to be spread around?
Success is supposed to be spread around. From hustlers to people who get money, I've heard them say about more money, more problems, issues. My definition of success is that when you get successful and your money is right, you take care of people. You got to be built a certain way. They got to be in your DNA to love and to look out for people, because there's a lot of people who have money that won't look out for people. That's when you make the comparisons to LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I used to hang out with Michael Jordan, and I remember Michael Jordan wouldn't tip really well back in the day. And I see how that has led over, and this is just my opinion, I see how this has led to what he's doing now. Instead of him, to me, taking money and being an activist for Afro-American men, he puts Afro-American men, women, Caucasian in jeopardy because the way they sell the shoes. Because when people buy the shoes, people wait for some of these people and kill them and take their sneakers and kill them. And I think there should be either put more shoes out that everybody can buy the pair of shoes, but they only put a certain amount out that you can get the shoe, and that causes issues with people on the street who want the same shoes, so they'll try to kill you. Then you got Michael Jordan, who will set you up to kill somebody to get the sneaker, but he's also a huge investor in prisons across America.
Some of these prisons are public corporations. You can buy stock. Like,
yes,
I can invest in prisons if I want to. I don't, but it's publicly available on the stock market.
Here's the thing about life to me, and I always tell this to people. Even though we have a black president, I truly wish Obama was from the hood and was a black president. And let me explain to you what I mean. There's a lot of things he's done to his point for the black community, but if he truly would have been from the hood, I mean really from the hood and made it president, is a lot more he would have done to protect Afro-American men in these cities across the country, because we need someone of his power to look out for them. See, when they talk about gun control, when they talk about all this shit would never be solved, ever. I'm 50-something years old, P. I don't know how old you are, but you know damn well they've been talking the same fucking song since we were in high school. Same song. There's nothing you can do to any young man that wakes up in the morning and goes finds a gun and go kill anybody. There's nothing you can do. There's no way they can protect you if you walked into Starbucks. There's no way they can protect you if you walk into a dance club. All you can do is, for the people listening, is stop taking a weak way out in life and find someone to talk to. But going getting a gun, shoot innocent people for no fucking reason is just fucking ludicrous.
Okay, so how much do you hang with Michael Jordan?
I hung out with Michael Jordan for a long time back in the 90s.
When you say he was cheap when he was tipping, like what, 10%?
No, let's say if the bill was $1,000, he'll give $20 or $50.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's two people I met in my life, and I'll tell this to him, and I'll tell it to my nigga too. Chris Tucker was motherfucking cheap. That's why when Chris had problems with the tax problem, I saw it coming, because Chris was always cheap, even when me and Chris Tucker hung together. I love Chris, but he was a cheap motherfucker back in the day.
$50 on a $1,000 bill is 5%. You know, I've done 10% sometimes if the service is bad.
I'm not mad at Michael. I tell people all the time. It's your money. I cannot tell you what to do with your paper. That's just me. Sometimes I don't want to tip, because I might be not in a bad mood. I just may have spent so much money on bills that day that when I'm out, I'm like, damn, I don't want to give nobody an extra motherfucking dollar. That's just me. I think we all have our problems. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying, and I shouldn't even be putting Michael Jordan's business out there, but it's good conversation. What the fuck? You know?
Yeah, I don't think Michael Jordan has a day when he's paying too much money in bills and money's so tight. I don't think Michael Jordan has those types of bills.
Man, who would have ever known? The guy from Nike told me last week that Michael Jordan made more money last year off the Air Jordan than he did his whole entire career as an NBA basketball player.
You know, to be fair, Michael Jordan does not determine how many shoes get
Right.
painted. You know, it's really up to the president of Nike, Mark Parker, although Michael's opinion does have a lot of weight.
That's my point. All I want to do, if we could save one life by doing it the right way, that's all I'm saying. Let's save one life, because our Afro-American men is dying like crazy, and they don't get it. We'll kill each other. They'll kill each other in a heartbeat. Police surround the house, and you come outside with the cops on you and lay down. You won't take a shot at their ass, but you'll shoot a black person immediately. And this is where it all got to stop. Just like with the Ferguson, you know, when you talk about Black Lives Matter, I was talking about this in my act. The young man should have had money when he walked into that motherfucking store. You ain't got $5, $6 to pay for Snickers, a bag of chips. Motherfucker, don't go in the store. Do you understand what I'm saying? The boy went in, took something that didn't belong to him. This shit started because the boy didn't pay his bill. Just like the gentleman who got shot in the back, I think in North Carolina. All he had was a motherfucking problem with his driver's license. And he got out of the car, took off running. And I tell anybody, when you over 40, you don't run straight when the cops is shooting at you. You weave, motherfucker.
Okay, so apart from the cheap tipping with Michael Jordan, what are some of the other like standout stories?
Women love that motherfucker.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Women love Michael Jordan. Other than that, phenomenal guy. And like, again, we got to say this now because of what I'm dealing with in the world. I'm not hating on Michael Jordan. I'm just telling people my journey and stories I know about people and what I've seen. Michael Jordan is one of the richest men in the world. When I was rolling with him, he still was rich, but the motherfucker was tight. That's what we used to say back in the day. Motherfucker, you tight. They say cheap now. Back in the day, like, you tight. But other than that, phenomenal guy. And you already know, one of the greatest ball players ever in the game. So, you know, he always took care of me. They all took care of me. Mike Tyson, all of them good friends of mine.
What's the craziest Mike Tyson story?
The crazy Mike Tyson story to me is that when Mike was fighting and he bought $1 million watch and I was with him. And then he took me to Madonna's house. He came up in my neighborhood with a Lamborghini with the doors that came up on Robinson Boulevard in Beverly Hills. That's where I used to live. And we all went together. So that's pretty much my story with Mike. That's pretty much my story with Mike.
He took you to Madonna's house?
He took me to Madonna's house.
After he bought $1 million watch?
After he bought $1 million watch. And me and Mike still tight to this day too.